As far as the other stuff, I was just reading this morning about, Belichick, the Patriots, they're going to meet with Jameson Williams. They're going to meet with this guy. They're going to meet with that guy. Chris Olave, I think, is going to get a meeting. Everybody reports on these meetings. Do they mean anything in the big picture, Greg? Or is this kind of just speed dating for speed dating's sake, and you got to do what you got to do and dig in to some of these guys, but end of the day, not a huge deal?
It's just checking the box, Nick. And what people have to understand as far as how the media works. And I don't hate these guys because we all have jobs to do. And the job that we do at BSJ, like, we don't report on every single little nugget because we don't work on clicks. We work on the memberships and the people that support us. That was the whole point of BSJ, where we're not beholden, and trust me, I've seen it before. Like, remember that story that we did when I published the photos from Adam Reishens about how Bill Belichick grabbed Mac Jones by the wrist and let him off the field.
Yep.
That story got an absurd amount of clicks. Like, I mean, for days, and that comes from national Alabama people. Like, that story made BSJ a lot of money. But that's not what we do. I mean, there are a lot of sites who don't have subscriptions and memberships that's what they rely on, advertising dollars, that for every click you get so much money. So they're trying to publish as many stories as possible that get as many clicks as possible. That's their business model. I don't hate them on it. I don't love that that's the direction the system has gone, but that's just the way it is. And your alternative is to sell subscriptions like we do, and so that we stay focused on what's really important. So, this time of year, like, if you publish a story that says the Patriots have talked to the 3 top wide receiver prospects at the scouting combine, then people are going to click on that, even though it doesn't mean anything. And let me explain that, how it doesn't really mean anything. Number one, this is the first opportunity, especially given the COVID situation, that the Patriots will have to talk to underclassmen. Okay. Now, all the top seniors, they've been at the Senior Bowl, they've been at the East-West Shrine game, they've been at the, other all-star games. So the Patriots have been able to talk to all the seniors.
Right.
They have not had any face-to-face contact with any of the underclassmen. And so there are a few options. Talk to them at the combine. You can talk to them at their pro day, and you can get them on FaceTime as in the run-up to the draft. And the Patriots will probably do that, multiple times with multiple players. But this is the first time that the Patriots have an opportunity to talk to the underclassmen. So who are they talking to? According to Armando Salguero of Outkick.com, Chris Olave, Arkansas's Treylon Burks, and Alabama's Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams, of course, is coming off the ACL. That's going to be a big thing, and talking to him. But those are all underclassmen, and this is the first opportunity that the Patriots can get intel. So that's what it's really about, that they need to, as opposed to the seniors who they've talked to, they have a bunch of information on, the underclassmen from the scouting combine through the draft are really going to be the emphasis as far as the Patriots just getting background information, and that's what it's about. It's not an indication of their interest, and also that they're starting with wide receivers. The first groups coming through through Indianapolis are the quarterbacks, the receivers, and the tight ends. They have a quarterback. They signed 2 tight ends. They have Devin Asiasi. They need to do some work on wide receivers. So that it's the wide receivers first is no indication of anything. They're just in the first group that comes through Indianapolis.
It's the due diligence pretty much on these guys that they want to make sure nothing slips by them. They want to make sure that everything is on their radar. As you said, the Jameson Williams ACL tear, how's he feeling, what he thinks that process is going to feel like and look like. All of that is just checking the box and making sure that you have as much information as possible on any of these guys. Because even if you don't draft them, and we talk about this all the time, Greg, even if you don't draft a guy, you still might have some interest in him down the road. And so you go back to everything that you've done. And it goes to the combine, it goes to the joint practices, it goes to preseason games. everything, every little morsel of information that an NFL team can gather on a guy is what they want to gather. And so,
yeah, and that's a good point by you. And just to let people know about, like, you're absolutely right about that. Like, the Patriots, even if they don't quote unquote have interest in a player now, they will grade and evaluate every single player in this draft, so that, say somebody comes available, say it's not working on their team, and we've seen it before. The Patriots trade for players, whether it's like, say, Martellus Bennett. Like, when it goes to evaluating whether they want to trade for a player, or maybe there's maybe he becomes a free agent, or sign him in restricted free agency, the Patriots always start at, what was our college evaluation with him? Did we like him? What did we not like? What have we then it moves on to the pro film. But really, everything starts with the grade and the evaluation that they gave these guys coming out in the draft. And that gives the Patriots a baseline for their evaluation on all these guys.